Geist Reservoir doesn't just hold water, it holds stories. Dawn brings mirror-flat calm and the soft calls of waking birds. Midday hums with ski boats carving trails. Twilight turns every cove golden. For those who truly belong here, it's not scenery, it's sanctuary. The Indianapolis Yacht Club races spill into dockside conversations that last until the stars come out. Families cruise hidden inlets for picnics. Weekends revolve around the gentle bump of a boat against a private dock right outside the kitchen door. Mark and Elena Harrison had carried that longing for years. Mark's childhood memories were tied to rented boats and sunburned shoulders. Elena fell in love with him over stories of lake sunsets. Their twins, Jake and Sophia, 16 and full of life, had only heard the tales. Life, careers, commutes, routine had kept the water just out of reach. "We were living parallel to the life we wanted," Mark told me quietly. "I wanted us to live in it." For 2 years they searched public listings. Grand homes with distant views felt too exposed. Charming ones had docks too far or too shared. Nothing captured the quiet magic they needed. A deep, sheltered cove, trees framing the horizon like a private gallery, a home where the lake felt like family. That's where my approach begins. I specialize in off-market properties, homes that never appear on the MLS, opportunities born from discretion, trust, and years of relationships across Geist. And I deliver them with white-glove, concierge-level service, tailored, anticipatory, deeply personal, because the right home isn't found, it's curated for the life it will shape. We met overlooking the water. I listened to their vision: private dock with lift for the ski boat and pontoon, open living flowing to the outdoors, a lower level for rainy day friends, and that moment of arrival, pulling up by boat and feeling the world fall away. I didn't show listings. I promised to listen to the reservoir itself. I immersed myself, early mornings at the marina, evenings at yacht club events, quiet conversations with neighbors who guard their coves like heirlooms. One thread led to a retired couple in a wooded arm of the Intracoastal at Geist. They'd raised generations there, sailing lessons, grandkids diving off the dock, 4th of July bonfires lighting the water. The house had grown too large. They weren't listing, they were waiting for the right story. The home was 5,000 square feet of thoughtful elegance, glass walls that make the lake the centerpiece, a kitchen where Elena could cook while watching the light shift, a primary suite greeting each sunrise like a private ritual. Downstairs, a walkout game room with wet bar ready for tournaments. Outside, a 60-foot dock with hydraulic lift, deep water, and steps straight into the cove. Priced at $1.2 million, it understood value in silence and soul. I arranged the first look at twilight, by boat, the only way that felt honest. As we eased into the cove, the sky burned apricot, the house glowed against the trees. Mark killed the engine. Silence wrapped around us. Jake and Sophia scrambled onto the dock, testing the boards, peering into the clear water. Elena stepped inside, touched the smooth island, looked out at the framed horizon. Mark joined her. They stood shoulder to shoulder, watching the light play. "This is where we come back to ourselves," Mark said, almost to the water itself. The sellers felt it too. They saw their own family's joy reflected. With white-glove coordination handling every detail, we closed in 5 weeks. The Harrisons moved in as fall colors began. A few weeks later, Mark sent a photo. The 4 of them on their new dock at dusk, boat tied, lights twinkling across the reservoir. "We're not just home," the message read. "We're alive again." Geist keeps sharing its secrets. While searching, other off-market treasures surfaced. First, a secluded cove sanctuary in Feather Cove, 3,900 square feet of contemporary peace, soaring glass, an elevated hot tub floating above the water, protected boat lift, off-market at just under $1 million. Second, a social peninsula estate in the Admirals, over 5,400 square feet of seamless luxury, outdoor kitchen and stone fireplace for dockside evenings, climate-controlled wine room, commanding main channel views. Private offering at $1.5 million. Third, A timeless lakeside classic in Masthead, refreshed four-bedroom with expansive screened porch for morning coffee and evening stories, community amenities, deeded slip in a serene finger of the Reservoir. Discreetly available at $850,000. If the pull of private docks, quiet coves, and a home that becomes part of your rhythm feels real, the finest properties on Geist rarely appear publicly. They move through trusted relationships and white glove care. I specialize in exactly that. Off-market properties paired with concierge-level service that anticipates every need, from first conversation to keys in hand and beyond. Let's discover what the Reservoir has been holding for you. Call me. Your story may already be waiting.